Did you know you can write off your birthdays?
Get out of here.
Can I go in?
That is a one-way ticket to being audited.
I've been losing all my money sports betting, so I'm selling my car at CarMax so I can get some money and bet on tonight's Cowboys-Bengals Monday Night Football game.
So I took out 2 loans to get here today. I don't even have money for a hotel. Slept
Give
in
him
my
a big
car.
hand, guys.
Give them a hand. Nowadays, it is super easy to find a financial advisor. You don't need to, go pay for one. You could just go on social media. Although not all financial advice on social media is created equal, and today we are going to be taking a look at some of the worst financial advice I have ever seen.
I can't write off a private chef, but if I invite somebody over every single night to have business meetings with me and I hire a private chef to cook the meals, I can write off the private chef and the food that went into making the meal. This is how I'm able to afford having that private chef every single year, every single month, every single day inside of my house, making me and my wife meals along with my friends, family members, and my business clients, who also some of my family members sit on my board of directors.
No. I can promise you, just because you have friends over for business meetings every night, that does not mean that you can hire a private chef to come and cook dinner for everyone and call it a business expense and write it off. That is a one-way ticket to being audited.
Here's how you can avoid 100% of your income taxes every single year. We call this strategy the paper loss strategy. The very first thing that I'm gonna need you to understand is you're gonna need to buy an investment property. When you buy a rental property, it could be an Airbnb or it can be a long-term rental. But as soon as you purchase the property, I want you to write off everything that's on the inside of the property. This could be appliances, bathrooms, tubs, cabinets. And when you write off everything that's inside of the property, it creates a big expense. We call this the cost segregation study. Once you do the cost segregation study, it creates a big enough loss to offset your W-2, your 1099, your stock, and your crypto income, making you tax-free.
You might want to consult a tax professional because I don't think that's how that works. This one is not only bad financial advice, but it's just really bad advice on how to just be a really shitty person.
Your biggest expense in New York City is gonna be food. And I got a way you could eat for free the best food. You're gonna love it. What you do, you stand in front of a nice building. People that work at nice buildings eat food. They order it, delivery guys. And you act like you're on your phone. Hey, you say a bunch of big numbers. I want the compound interest dividends. And when you see these delivery guys pull up, you give them that sign and interest on it. And
oh my gosh, that is horrible advice, but it would work. Like if you are just like standing outside of a big building on the phone and you see a delivery driver walk up, wave at him like that's sneaky. That is one step ahead of being advanced of just like walking into somewhere and grabbing stuff off of the mobile pickup area. That's dirty.
I know I just got a Tacoma, but I figured out a way to skip 3 months of payments. Now, I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't even know this was possible, but look here. I just got this in the mail. It says updated payment information, skip up to 3 payments. In the letter, it basically says that I can refinance my loan somehow, which means buying it again. I don't know. But it did say I could skip 3 payments, so I might have to do it. Now, instead of having 22%, they are offering me 18%. Now, I don't know the national averages or anything like that, but I think 18% should be good. My credit card is 30, so this might be better. Gravity lending, let me know if anybody has ever used it, if it's good or not, let me know. I know it sounds crazy, but if I could skip 3 payments, I'll definitely do it. If I could skip the payments, that means I can get a new sound system in the Toyota. For some reason, the speakers suck, there's no low end, anything at all. Me not having 3 months of payments, I actually gonna have a lot more money to spend on the truck, new wheels, new rims, and I might hit up D-Tronics for a new light bar and sound system. Let me know what y'all think down below.
Okay, first, can we talk about 22% interest on a car loan? Can we just talk about that first? That's like buying a car on a credit card. Who has a 22% interest rate on a loan? And then, okay, refinance for 18. Cool. You're going to save 4% and you're gonna skip 3 payments by refinancing. But let's just be real, that's just kicking the can down the road, okay? And let's completely ignore the fact that he talked about using the 3 payments that he was going to save to put more money back into the truck. Honey, that's not how that works. You're not just getting 3 payments free, you're just kicking the can down the road. You're still gonna have to pay those payments. You just don't have to pay them for the next 90 days because you've refinanced. And oh my God, there was so much wrong with that.
Yes, sir.
My name's Francis Cook. So I'm a small fish in a big pond. I have a mindset question. So I took out 2 loans to get here today. I don't even have money for a hotel. I've slept
Give
in
him
my
a big
car.
hand, guys.
Give him a hand.
Yes, I've slept in my car the past 2 nights, but I just wanted to show up.
Did this man just get applauded for taking out 2 loans to come to a Grant Cardone conference? And then he got applauded for not even having money for a hotel room and sleeping in his car? What the hell is Grant Cardone going to teach him that's worth taking out 2 loans, sleeping in your car, and being applauded for it? Spoiler alert, there is nothing that these gurus that can teach you that is going to make you rich. They're not. They're not. And it's not worth taking out 2 loans to just go listen to them speak. That is absolutely idiotic.
Every 15-year-old kid should be doing this right now. If you're getting an allowance of $300 a month, buy a piece of real estate that pays you $30 a month. Only use the 30, don't touch the 300.
But how would a young, normal person get money?
Allowance.
What kid is getting $300 a month allowance? This ass hat is so out of touch.
18 and building a private equity company from scratch. Right now, we've got a platform company. We've got some capital saved up and a few investors picked out. I've got an absolutely fantastic team around me, mentors to help me find the right way, and we've got some interns set to start in the next month and a half or so. But anyway, on to today. We started by working out at Andy Elliott's facility. Pretty grueling, but a great way to start the day. Helped us really get ramped up. Then we headed back for an event they were having. He was a really great speaker. I learned a lot. Then aside from working on a little bit of content, honestly spent most of the day pretty chill, hanging with the entrepreneurs that I'm here with and just making some connections, strengthening relationships, and altogether just having a good time and enjoying everyone's company.
Let me guess. This guy's got a course to sell you because they're living that high entrepreneur life. Like, couldn't be more obvious.
This is what it looks like when the entire day trading team house is red. Silence. Everyone is quiet, brother.
Oh yeah, everybody's in the red.
As the red is getting to our brains.
Of course everybody's quiet. They're watching all their money drop down the toilet bowl.
Red, 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 brother. We're not doing well.
It's not a very good advertisement to join their Trading Bros mentorship program, though.
All right, so I went all in on GameStop. I threw $6,000 and I bought it at an average price of $58. Right now I'm down $700, but I'm not worried. Back in 2020, if you're new here, GameStop price went through the same shit and it rose all the way to $450. And yeah, it was a wild experience and I see it happening again. And you know, it's different because back in 2020, there was no TikTok. It was all over Twitter and Reddit. But now with TikTok, I feel like it's even worse. So I anticipate this to shoot through the moon, you know? So I have 94 shares, and also for shits and giggles, I made a $57 call by 517, and that one's down $110. But you never know. Let's see, right? Let's follow along. Stranger things have happened, and see where it goes from here, you know? Right now, my portfolio is currently sitting at 5,938. Let's see where it goes. Maybe tomorrow it'll be double, maybe it'll be half of that. Who knows, right? Let's find out. Thanks.
So I really hope that the $6,000 that he put into GameStop when it was peaking wasn't all of the money that he has in the world. Oh my God.
I made over $120,000 last month using this exact business model. First step is to pick a niche. This is just a topic that you want to talk about, and for this example, I'm going to go with health and wellness. Then you're going to head to Google and search up health and wellness affiliate programs. Here are 15 of the highest paying programs in that niche. Next, scroll on through until you find one that has a high commission rate like this one right here, and then you're going to click here to sign up to get your unique affiliate link. Then head to social media and start posting content about your topic. This account doesn't even show their face, and look how many followers they have. Just be sure to put your affiliate links right in your bio. I've made over $460,000 with this in less than 8 months. To learn my exact steps, grab the free guide from my bio.
Okay, affiliate marketing is a thing. Part of what she said is legitimate, but her making $460,000 doing it I call bullshit. I have a very strong suspicion that most of the money that she is making is coming from the course that she's teaching about affiliate marketing. Because again, I'm sorry, if I was making almost $500,000 a year doing affiliate marketing, I wouldn't be teaching it. I would just be doing it. Just saying.
I've been losing all my money sports betting, so I'm selling my car at CarMax so I can get some money and bet on tonight's Cowboys-Bengals Monday Night Football game. I need some money. I lost thousands yesterday. They just gave me $3,000, and I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm betting it tonight on Monday Night Football. Jamar Chase, 50 yards. Joe Burrow, 2 passing touchdowns. Cooper Rush, 200 yards. Easiest bet ever. I know I've been losing my bets, but tonight's bet is a lock. Ain't no way it don't hit. Once it hit, I'm coming back and getting this BMW right here. I'm gonna be riding clean. I'm done losing all my bets. 3,000 on the bet tonight. There's no way it doesn't hit. Cooper Rush, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, I need you. If it don't hit, I'm calling the gambling number. I'm done.
He sold his car for $3,000 and put it all on a football game? Nobody do what this guy did, because I can about guarantee you that that bet did not hit. And he probably called that gambling line because he needs help. Ooh, let's see some more tax fraud.
What's the top things that people won't even have a clue that they can write off?
Did you know you can write off your birthdays?
Get out of here.
Can I go into that?
Go ahead.
If you have a birthday coming up, instead of just throwing a party for your birthday, you can host a mastermind. You call your friends, you call Gil, you call all your business partner homies. Y'all spend the first couple hours of the party talking about business strategy, social media strategy. At this age, my friends be my business partners anyway. We gotta be breaking bread. The first half of your party is a mastermind. You invite your people, you take attendance, y'all go over social media strategy, you take notes, and then after that's over, then you have the party. But now you're able to write off the venue, the Airbnb that you hosted your birthday at. You're able to write off the food you get catered. You're able to write off some of the drinks, and you're able to write off all the expenses related to throwing that party. Yeah, we are calling that a business mastermind. And all you have to do is document it. You take photos, you take attendance of who came.
There's a lot
you
of
talked
photos.
about what business topics were talked about, what podcast guests were secured, right? We do all that. So now we're focused on how to turn our personal birthday into a 100% tax deductible business mastermind.
I'm speechless. I'm sorry, just because you talk about business things at your birthday party does not mean that you get to write off the venue, the party food, everything that goes along with your birthday, just because you talk about business at it. That's not how it works. You can't call your birthday party a mastermind just because you Oh my God, the tax advice on TikTok is so bad. It's so bad.
Hey, Michael Phillip here. Rainy Wednesday in Dallas, Texas. How you doing? Will your job make you a millionaire? 78% of people out there are entrepreneurs who become millionaires. Guess what? 0% of employees will ever become millionaires. I am in a multi-trillion-dollar industry which will allow you to become a multi-millionaire. Our company helps you get there. That's what we do.
Did he just seriously say that 0% of employees become millionaires? Is this guy seriously implying that the only millionaires that exist were self-made entrepreneurs? So an employee can't be a millionaire? Someone who's an employee can't put money in the market and have it grow by the time they retire and retire a millionaire? This guy is a freaking moron. And he's just trying to say whatever he can to get you to join him as his student so that you can learn how to be a entrepreneurial millionaire. Wow.
Times are getting extremely tough, with spending at an all-time high, interest rates at an all-time high, and debt at an all-time high. You need to find a vehicle that has unlimited earning potential. Well, I'm here to tell you, here at Insurance Elevated, we do have that. The reason why is because we get paid residual, we get paid bonuses, we get paid upfront commissions, we get to build a team, and we show you exactly how to develop a book of business that's going to pay you for years on end. Now, just to prove to you, I have Jarrell here. Jarrell, how old are you?
19 years old.
19 years old. How long you been here?
About 2.5 months.
And how much money have you made in the last 2 months?
$20K each month, so just around $40K.
Around $40,000, 19 years old, meaning anybody can do this. Because here we've developed all the systems and processes to make it as easy as possible for you to be as successful as possible. If you want to learn more, hit the link below. We'd be happy to talk to you, and then you decide from there if it's best for you and your family.
Who in the hell is making $40,000 a month selling insurance? Sounds legit.
Here's how to buy a new property every year with only 5% down. You can do this with unlimited properties every 12 months. The trick is it has to be your primary residence and you have to occupy it for at least that first year. And if you do this right, you could really set yourself up. Check this out. So your first home purchase, you could buy a 2 to 4 unit property with only 3.5% down using FHA financing. Then while you're living there your first year, you have the tenants from the other units covering your mortgage payment for you. So after that first 12 months, then go buy a townhome or a condo with another 5% down. And the next year buy a small single family for 5% down, and the next year an even bigger single family home with another 5% down. Now to do this, you basically have to be moving up the property ladder, like moving from a multi-unit to a condo, to a small single, to a larger single. And you can continue to do this as long as there's some obvious desirability as to why you would occupy it as your primary, other than just building your real estate portfolio.
Makes it sound so easy. Makes it sound so easy. I would not be considering this with the current interest rates. It's me. I wouldn't consider this. And I mean, there is such thing as, graduating to larger homes and building your way up, but it's not as easy as it sounds. So don't let them make you think that it's as easy as that guy made it sound.
How to buy another property if you can't currently afford one. There is a program called a home equity line of credit, otherwise known as a Heloc. A Heloc can actually take the equity you already have in your home and you can use that by buying another property. For example, if I took a Heloc on my home and I had $100,000 in that home, I can take upwards of 70% of that equity and roll it into another property. So I can literally take 70 grand and roll it into a second property as long as I had enough equity built up in that first home.
Keep in mind he started by saying how to buy another home when you can't, it was like that you can't afford the home you have. Hold on, let me go back.
Property if you can't currently afford one. There is a...
Yeah, he said how to buy a second property if you can't currently afford one. His solution to that is to risk your house. So he's basically saying, take out a Heloc on the roof that's over your head and use those funds to go buy a second house that you can't afford. So how does using your Heloc as a down payment for a second house that you can't afford, how is that any better? Because now you have a second property that you likely cannot afford, and you've put your first house at risk. That's like some of the worst housing advice I've ever heard before in my life.
You can fake the car game, zero down for Lamborghini, $4,500 a month, but you can't fake the boat game, right? We're hanging out in Catalina, all these other yacht owners. My buddy Champagne Dave has a 72-foot Sunseeker, so we're hanging out on his boat. And in Catalina, there's all these rows, right? It's like the first row is like all these 30-foot boats, and then it's 40-foot boats, and then it's 50-foot. And you get out to his row, and it's like 80, 90-foot yachts, and you're out there. You're hanging out with all these other yacht owners, networking and doing business, that sort of thing. These are all like high-level entrepreneurs, real estate developers, and all that sort of thing. But to give you an example, you can fake the car game, zero down for Lamborghini, $4,500 a month, but my buddy's 72-foot Sunseeker. This thing is $35,000 a month just to maintain, and it's paid off in cash.
He's bragging about his buddy's boat.
All these boats are paid off in cash. You can't get a boat loan. It's very hard to get a boat loan. Because,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because boats can disappear, they can sink, they can disappear to Mexico, and so lenders hate lending on boats. It's a lot easier to get a real estate loan. So most of these boats are paid for in cash.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So basically what this guy is saying is, if you're going to trust that somebody is going to help make you rich, this is what I'm taking it as. If you're going to trust somebody to help make you rich, pick someone that's got a big boat. Because if someone's got a big boat, they can't fake that. They have to have money because boat loans are really hard to get. They probably paid cash for it. All the while bragging about his buddy being the one who's got the boat. Talking about how you can drive a fancy car and look like you got a lot of money. Like you can get a Lamborghini for $4,500 a month with zero money down. So you can fake being rich with a car. You can't fake being rich with a boat. What is up with flaunting wealth? I just don't understand it. I don't understand flaunting wealth. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, unless, of course, you got something to sell somebody. Oh my gosh. So I have heard some really good financial advice online, and I've also heard some really bad financial advice online, and there is a lot more where this came from. So let me know if you want to see more videos like this by hitting the thumbs up button. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit subscribe while you're down there. Ring that notification bell, that way you're notified whenever I post my next video. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.